Hello everybody, this is Florin Vasiliu, the founder of ChessPath YouTube channel. I'm born in Bucharest, Romania, East Europe, and in the last 5 years I lived in England, in London. Sometimes I come to Bucharest. So, today I'll do my first ever video, ever, so please don't be too rough with me. But in the end, please leave me your comments, impressions, advices about recordings, YouTube channel in general, about the chess universe, and what you would like to see on this channel, and anything else you would like to talk to. So for today, I'll do a personality chess test on chesspersonality.com. I believe it's important to do such a personality test for me and for you too, to know ourselves better, so then to be able to adapt our chess strategy accordingly to these results, and to obtain better chess results after that, to improve our game and our progress in chess. Did you ever took this test before on this website or on another website? Which one and why, and what are the results then? I'm waiting your responses. So let's proceed. Take the quiz. First question. Which side would you rather play in the following position, black or to move? A white or B black? I'm an attacking player. I like to attack, to be aggressive in chess, so I'll choose white because white, it seems to have a better attacking position with more possibilities. For example, for black it's hard to castle right now because it will lose the bishop on e7, and the pin on e5 is quite strong, so probably black need to play queen d8 in order to castle kingside. But this will slow down the black attack on the white kings. So I'll choose white this time. 2. Second question. When you play in tournaments, do you usually score with consistent results, or do you often perform on the extremes, either really well or really poorly? A. Pretty consistent results, or B. Often perform either really well or really poorly? I'll take A. Question number 3. Which best describes how you think about this position in the Sveshnikov Sicilian? A. Black has given up a critically important square, d5, or B. Black has lots of potential counterplay with the bishop pair and the f5 pawn break. I'll choose B, because black can play f5 anytime, even next move. So I think B describes better this position. 4. Which statement is closer to the truth? A. I bring my best game when facing opponents I dislike, or B. I don't really notice my opponent. I prefer B. Question number 5. Black has just played g5. Your first instinct is to A. Take on g5 or B. Retreat to g3. I will retreat to g3 here because I believe white it hasn't enough attacking chances, hasn't enough pieces on the king side in order to deliver a fast checkmate to the black king. So that's why I'll choose B in this case. Do you play gambits? Yes, sometimes. 7. How would you think about whether or not to take on g5 as white? A. I would evaluate the placement of the pieces to decide if the attack seemed promising. Or B. I would calculate several variations to decide if white's attack is strong enough. Of course I'll do both of these choices, but I will calculate for sure several variations. So I'll put an accent on these calculations, and if I don't see something quick and something concrete, I'll not sacrifice here a bishop on g5. But indeed the placement of the pieces could be even more important. So take A this time. Question number 8. Under serious time pressure, you are more likely to A. Miss a tactic, B. Move pieces aimlessly. For sure I could miss a tactic with a short time on my clock. So A. Question number 9. Which of these ideas do you prefer for white? A. White should trade bishops and put a strong knight on d4, which will prevent any counterplay from black doubling rooks on the c file by defending c2. Or B. White should push d4, temporarily misplacing black's dark square bishop, and then start an attack on the king side with f5, where the black king sits alone. I'll choose B because when you attack it's not a good idea to exchange pieces. It's just a free exchange for black. Black is a little bit cramped, more cramped than white, so white has more space, which is an advantage. And if I'll put a knight on d4, this can be exchanged through knight b8, knight c6 remanoeuvrings. So, and also you can't really block a doubling on of the black rooks on c file, even if you protect c2. So I'll choose B. Question number 10. You start the game out with 1d4. Would you rather your opponent play 1d5 or 1f5? On d5, 1f5. Well, I prefer to see f5 from him because very few people are not to play f5, and it's a very risky line. and in general they don't know what to do after f5, so I'll choose b. Question number 11. You have been ahead of pawn for most of the game, but after tough resistance from your opponent, you have only 5 minutes left in this position. Should you play one or offer your opponent a draw? A. Keep pushing for the win, or B. Offer a draw. I'll keep pushing for a win in this position because with 5 minutes it's a lot of time, and with any time on the clock I will play this because it's very hard to lose with a pawn up as white. So yeah, I keep playing one, and if I can win it will be a draw anyway, but why not try to win? So yeah, I'll keep pushing. So I'll choose A. Question number 12. Which statement comes closest to your feelings? A. It's always a joy to be paired with someone you've crushed in the past. Or B. The odds of winning are slightly higher against opponents one has previously beaten. Well, A, because if you succeed to beat them one time, it's not sure you can beat them every time. Question number 13. With plenty of time on your clock, what would you do in this position? A. Trade on e6 and play rook d7 because the endgame is good for white, or redirect the knight to c3 via a4 to preserve the better minor piece. Or B. Invest some serious time calculating whether knight e6 achieves anything concrete. So if I trade a knight on e6, he will take with the rook. I will play rook d7. He will play rook back, rook e7. I will protect my rook from e7 with rook d1, and then he will not take. If he wants to play for a draw, he just sit and wait, and it's hard to make a progress. And if I'll take, okay, I can take, he will take, I'll play rook d8, and in the end he will play, maybe he will play c5, and I take him with before he will take with the b pawn, and yeah, then I can attack this pawn, so I may have an advantage here. And anyway, my rook will be very active, and in the endgame the bishop could be better than a knight, especially because here there are pawns on the both flanks, on the queen side and on the king side. So I don't think it's a good idea to leave black with his bishop active. Maybe it's not very active now, but it's active enough, and later will be much more active, possibly, potentially. So yes, I'll take A. I'll trade on e6. Question number 14. What do you think of the famous saying, chess is 99% tactics? Well, maybe not quite 99%, but yes, I believe it is more than 50% tactics. Because I saw many quiet games, positional games, who maybe after 20 moves just explode in tactics. Or it's enough one simple tactic. One tactic is enough to get a better position or a winning position, and then the game is like over. And it's nothing you can do if you are on the defending side. So yeah, it's important to check the tactics every time, every possible checks, every possible captures, and that's why I'll choose A. I agree. Question number 15. How do you feel about this wild gambit line for black? Why to move? A. No way am I trying to lose? Or B. I like my chances and this will definitely mess with my opponent. I don't think here black has enough compensation for losing a rook on h8. So white is to move, so white will save his queen. And black hasn't only two developed minor pieces. So black hasn't have any advantage. Black doesn't have any advantage here. So yeah, well, this is kind of a romantic attacking style, but it's not very practical and safe. So I'll choose A. Question number 16. After losing a game, have you ever broken something or yelled out loud? Unfortunately, no. Fortunately for me, no. I succeed to keep my calm, and so I didn't explode loudly, something like this. It was only inside, something quiet. So A. Question number 17. Why to play in castle? A. King side. B. Queen side. I like to attack. So here white, I have a strongly and fast attack on the king side with h3, then g4, h4, g5 and so on. So yeah, and black, it hasn't an advanced position on the queen side. It hasn't any advanced pawns or pieces on the fourth line or fifth line, or so yeah, I can dare to castle queen side in this case and try to attack quickly the black king and mate him, or win him something in exchange a piece or big advantage in the end game later. So I castle king side, so I'll castle queen side in this case with the white pieces. B. Question number 18. Which is closer to the truth? A. I get excited or nervous before a game. Or B. I don't worry about prizes, money, titles, or honors while playing. I just played my game. Yeah. Well, I play for glory, but so at least. So I care a little bit about it. So I'll take B. Let's be honest. Question number 19. How would you come up with a plan in this position as white? A. Consider the strengths and weaknesses of black's position and decide where my pieces feel best. Or B. I will calculate some line for white to see how strong various possibilities are. Well, B, I believe, is more rational and wise to calculate some lines. Few moves ahead at least, to see the near future for white pieces and pawns. Of course, also you need to analyze your opponent intentions. His next few moves, if he threats something or not. So I'll choose B. Question number 20. I believe it's the last one. Which is harder for you to do? A. Identify my advantages and building a plan. Or B. Take a good position for a strong attack. Many times I trade good positions for a strong attack because it's hard to build a strong attack without giving something compensation, without for example weakening your queen side, or maybe a little bit your own king defense or position. But if you believe you can attack faster the opponent king and mate him quicker than he can mate you, even with one move, then you can trade a good position for a strong attack. It's a good idea to do so, I will say. So I'll choose B. Oh, so I'm a prodigy, it seems. The prodigy is the ultimate sportsman. Prodigies play aggressively and fight for the win from the beginning to the end, but place the highest value on maintaining emotional control and utilizing every opportunity that comes their way. Prodigies are not out to prove any kinds of theories or to create great works of art, though that often happens anyway. For prodigies, winning is everything, because winning is simple, more fun. Like Magnus Carlsen, the world champion. So I'm more attacking than positional, they say. More solid than aggressive. Hard for me to believe. I thought I'm more aggressive, but I'm more calculated than intuitive. Okay, this could be true. More emotional than calm. If you say so, alright. And don't worry, I will share my results on Facebook, Twitter, and thank you for watching, and see you next time in my videos. Please remember to give a like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and press notifications bell. And thank you for watching. See you soon. Take care. Peace.